Hey everybody, welcome back to the dumbest modeling channel on all of YouTube, Pitstain Hobbies. We're back on the lovely Agora Leopard 2A6 main battle tank partwork model. This thing is really friggin' cool. Like, I just took this off the shelf to bring it out to work, and I'm spinning all the wheels and I'm poking around, and it's nice little details on this, really nice. So we're gonna start off today. Let's make a little room here with pack 8. There we go. Pack 8, we're going to start with stage 61. I don't have enough room here to take everything out at once, but let's see. Where's 61? 61, where are you? Move things around, and 67, and 64, and 65. Well, this is embarrassing. It's here. It just got buried. There it is. Okay. All right. Get better organized, Ian. Jeez. Again, we have links to the description, links in the description to Agora's website to check out this awesome tank. We have Ian Screwed Up stickers. You catch them, screw up. I say something wrong, you call me out on it. But you like, you subscribe, and then you comment below and email me. And one of these lovely little vinyl beauties will be yours in lickety-split no time at all. Or 7 to 14 days if you're outside of the U.S. Let's set our tracks aside here. We've got our PDF instructions up because Agora's being green and not sending paper booklets, which I really don't mind because I throw them out when I'm done. I don't want all those silly things. And how much trivia you're going to fit in a magazine every month or pack about, well, no, there's actually a lot of backstory on the Leopard 2A6 tank. I'm not going to get into it too much because I'll screw the whole thing up. But there's a dude in the comments. He'll explain it all in the comments. I know he will. He's reliable like that. Thank you, sir. But basically, the U.S. and Germany tried to combine their technical forces to come up with a universal main battle tank for, to replace all the old, like, M60s and M48s and everything else that was being used. And yeah, so once the Germans get involved with the engineering, and then the U.S. is like, well, we want to do this, and Germans are like, the project was a failure, and they ended up going their separate ways. And the U.S., we ended up with the M1 Abrams, and Germany ended up with the Leopard 2, and many derivatives after that: A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6. A7, and then I think there's some updates even to that. But this is the A6. This is the largest, I think, in-use version of the Leopard 2 tank. So we got a couple of these little foot stirrup things that have to go on the side skirting, and we have some little center caps here for the return rollers, and some double-sided tape. So you basically will take a piece of double-sided tape, put it on the back one of these little guys, and then put it in the middle of the little return roller to make it look damn nice, actually. I would just paint a black rubber paint on the tire if you're using these stock ones. And they're fine. They're fine. I just don't know. I had to have real rubber tires. So I did the aftermarket thing. And they all have ball bearings in them by default when you get those. But yeah, that's that. So that's the only part we're not going to thoroughly cover here. But it's very simple. Let's scrolling Z down. Okay. And we're going to flip this over and post. Okay. Now, one of these has some brown paint on it and black paint. The other one has green and brown. So we're going to take a quick look. And this is supposed to go here. And this one is supposed to go here. Okay, this one's going to go on this side because it's going to match up better. Yeah, look at that. They even matched a paint color for the little foot stirrup. That is cool. Oh, stirrup's probably the wrong word, Ian. Well, I'm sure the same guy will correct us. I forgot to put masking tape on my mirrors. It's okay. I'm very careful right now. Much carefuling. So this is going to lock these two side panels together, and I believe there'll be another one here that'll lock these two together. So it's not going to be all the individual flappy panels, which is actually a nice thing. I think, yeah, just having two at a time open up and then these little rear ones. Okay, great. And then we're going to need a couple of AP screws here. Okay, so I'm going to get these two things screwed in, and we'll be right back. Okay, that's it for 61. Now for 62. Same exact issue, same exact thing as 61. So we're going to open that up. I'll pull out those plastic bits, take our track links, throw our plastic pieces across the workbench, as is customary here. Okay. And get these little fellas bolted on down here. This one's got a lot of brown. Yeah, that'll be fine. And the other one over here, they both got a lot of brown. I think I screwed up. Maybe I was supposed to put one of these other ones from the other side. Yeah, because this one's got black and brown and green. Black and green, black and brown. Okay, yeah. Okay, this one's supposed to go here. So either way, we're going to get this unscrewed, get those two screwed in, and we'll be back in a sec. Okay, that looks a lot better. So the all brown one's right there. The brown and green's right there. And then, yep, the black and the brown line up there. And then the black and the green line up here. Damn, that is some good paint work. That's really, I'll tell you one thing, the paintwork on this blows Henglong out of the water. If you're not a person capable of, airbrushing your own paint job on there, yeah, this would be a better option if you want a nicely painted tank that you actually get to build yourself, or, whatever. It's pretty cool. Or, yeah, the Tamiya's, you got to paint them. You have to. They're just colored plastic. Henglong at first was horrible paint jobs. And they've improved a lot, but I still don't like them. I don't think they're great paint jobs. Nope, if there's Henglong people in here, don't flame me. Okay, so 62 is done, off to 63, which, oh, we got some fun stuff. Look at this. Got a smoke unit. So that is basically, it's basically a big vape pen, for lack of a better description. Let me put this upper hull aside for a second. Okay. And, yeah. So it's just a big vape pen that makes the engine smoke, which is, it's a neat little gimmick. Pretty much all the ready-to-run tanks come with, a smoke system very similar to this. That's all that's in the Stage 63 bag. So we just got to see where we bolt it in. We just page down through my instructions. Okay. So that's going to go right on these two pegs right here. Is that it? There we go. Okay, and then a couple screws to hold that in, and Bob's your uncle. There we are. I've been saying Bob's your uncle a lot lately. I don't know why. Please help me. Okay, so just gonna, look at this, I'm screwing things in live on camera. When I screw things live on camera, it's usually in the upward direction. Let's see here. Okay, that was easy enough. And nice and stable. Got our little power lead right here. And that's it for 63. Nice quick stage right there. And then 64. Okay. Now we get the vape juice. Now I've gone into 64 already, because I'm adding ball bearings everywhere. So I just had to do some test fitting and stuff, so it's already cut open. And all the baggies in 64, you may feel a little bit of a shmoo on them. That is the vape juice leaking out of the bottle. There's basically no way it doesn't leak out of the bottle. So it's very common. Anytime you get a tank with a smoker, if it comes with vape juice in the box or bag or package, whatever, there's always some residue. But what this is basically pretty much it's vape juice, just like you'd have on an electronic cigarette. It is vegetable glycerin. This says jet oiler. Oh, I mean, whatever. But yeah, it's vegetable glycerin. I have mango flavored for my thing there. But yeah, you just put a few drips, dozen drips, 20 drips. You put too many drips, you'll know. Oh, and there's a precision applicator tip, like you can buy for CA glue bottles. Let's just wipe that off a bit. It's all, yeah, just, he slimed me. Yeah, so that's 64. And I'm running ball bearings, like I said. In the front return rollers, I've fitted ball bearings. And I needed to do just a tiny bit of sanding, mostly just to take the paint off of here. The ball bearings are a very specific tolerance, and the plastic bushings are slightly less so. So all we had to do is just do a little bit of clearancing, and that was that. So let's pop all these bits out. Okay, we got our little springy things here. Let's get rid of these Ziploc bags. They're just gross. Okay, we got a couple springs. Those are going to be to maintain a modicum of track tension. It's an interesting system, spring-loaded track tensioning. Not the first time it's done. It's actually not super uncommon. But, and you have a nice metal thing here that it's going to go into, which I assume is something like this. Or I could read the instructions. How about that? Wouldn't that be a crazy and wild idea? Yeah, yeah, that was it. So we're gonna put those in. So we get that tension spring. There's a small indexing hole there, and then there's a little slot right at the top of there, and that's where the spring goes. And yeah, it's spring sprung. So we're gonna get a couple screws in there, and then we'll show you how we bolt them into the front of the lower chassis tub. Be right back. Pardon the noise of landscapers in the background, possibly. You know, they love to come when I'm filming. I don't know why. Okay, so we've got these built up. Now you want to see how this is, if we hold this thing flat, you want it angled forward, and then you slide it into the hull there, and slide that one into the hull. I'm probably hitting the little, yeah, the track tension screw. So there's the little tension screw is getting in the way because I didn't set it just right. And that actually stops the arm from traveling too far back and relieving too much tension on the tracks. That's pretty cool. So you can set the stops wherever you need them, really, and then these will just be spring-loaded, and it allows things to kind of have some give, as opposed to a statically set track tensioner, which is how most of the tanks do it. A lot of tanks, you have to like take it apart and, you know, readjust it and put it back in to make it a different angle. This is just spring-loaded with a stop. So that's kind of cool. And then a bunch of AP screws in here. So that's nifty. I'm gonna use a cool tool. What is this thing? The Fantic Nexi 1 Pro, the weakest electric screwdriver on the planet, and it's for a reason, so that doesn't have enough torque to strip out screws going into plastic. It's pretty friggin' magical. Like, it just gives up. It doesn't have. I think these are meant for electronics, for like delicate things. Maybe taking apart or putting together iPhones or something. I don't know. But it's USB-C chargeable. And it's overpriced. And you shouldn't buy it unless you see it on woot.com for like 50% off. But if you do see it on sale, it's kind of cool. slow speed, low torque, and it has that's the high torque setting. It has a lower torque setting, which is like completely pitiful. It couldn't put a screw into butter. Now, there we go. Nice. Okay, great. And that is, I guess that's 64 done and dusted. No, they want us to put some oil in the smoker because it's much easier before you put the little smoke tubes on. So we're gonna circumcise that bottle. There we go. Yes, I'm a moil as well. The world's dumbest moil channel. Ah, God! It got me. Okay, come on. Okay, this thing does not stay on because everything's all slippery with the shmoo. But we're just gonna spooge a little bit into each of these holes. Come on. Oh, God! Oh, this crap! All right. It's just vegetable glycerin. It's generally, these are like food safe type things. Maybe that cap wasn't on enough. Okay. There's basically a little, type of cotton wick or something inside of there. I might have overfilled the smoke reservoir. Dear God. Okay. You know what? If I'm probably going to transfer this to like a small syringe or something. But for now, let's just cap. Let's see if the cap even stays. Nope, it doesn't. Okay. We're just going to carefully place. Oh, I got to go wash my hands. Oh, it's everywhere. Okay. Be careful with your shmoo. I'd suggest putting it into some small type of dental syringe. These are great for that purpose. I'll just show you one. I already have one open. No need to open another one. Right here. See? It's small. It fits into the little holes, and you can just squirt a tiny bit in. That would be my recommendation. Moving forward, I mean, you could buy the vegetable glycerin in giant jugs on the internet. They use the same thing for those like Halloween and DJ smoke machines. Same stuff, non-toxic. I mean, don't go huffing on the pipes, but it's basically fine, in small quantities. But okay, let's get on here. 64 is complete. 65. Okay, 65 is a fun one. I've been looking forward to this. Okay. So 65 I did also open because it's got our front idler wheels, and they are heavy metal. Heavy metal. And we got, I promise you there's two. A couple of these plastic bushings. We have swapped those out for our ball bearings. And I got them shoved into the road wheel already. It's a very tight fit. It's practically a press fit, but they fit fine. And then we just gotta put these two together. And I'm not sure on the real tank if this edge of that wheel is bare metal or not. It probably is. If they didn't paint it, they probably did that on purpose. We'll do some type of, we're just going to dull coat them. So let's see here. Put the bushing in there, put that in there. VP screws going 3 in each wheel. Okay, we'll be back in a sec. Okay, update on the smoke fluid. I did put in way too much, but I took the little precision tip that came with it and I put it on a little 3 milliliter syringe body, shoved it down in there, and I sucked out a lot of the excess. That just sounded horrible. Okay, at some point you are going to put these tubes on to go to the exhaust ports on the back deck. I don't know if we're doing it today or not, like on this stage, but and okay, we got our front idler wheels built. 3 screws in the back. We got a ball bearing on the inside. They go on to the track tensioning arms. And then we got a couple of UP screws here. Now I'm going to violate my cardinal rule of oil on every screw because I don't want any lubricant on these threads. I want these to be pretty tight. So if I tighten it a lot, okay, it's still spin. If you notice a little bit of resistance, it's actually rubbing on the paint right there. You can see that rub mark past the shiny shaft. That'll wear itself down naturally on its own. So I wouldn't worry about that. But we'll get this on here and we'll set it to the German torque spec of Guten Tight. Low-hanging fruit there for jokes. There we go. And she spins the first few rotations. There's a little bit of resistance because it's just wearing through a very thick paint finish on the cast metal part of the idler arms, the tensioner arms, sorry. Well, actually they are idler arms, but that is the track tensioner. Okay, yeah, those work moderately well. There's a little bit of a wobble to them, but they're fine. That one goes, that one goes. Okay, great. So we've got those little things installed. Look at that. All of our rolling stock has ball bearings in it now for very little money. Super little money. Very little effort. Will it make a huge difference? Absolutely not. This tank is fine out of the box. I just have to have ball bearings for my OCD because I put them in every tank I build. Now we got to find parts from like the Wayback Machine from Stage 39. Somewhere around here. They're the hub covers. There we go. Got a couple things here. Let's see. Okay. Are these all the same? Okay, these are all the same. So these will be the same no matter what. I'm just going to hit these with a tiny bit of flat clear and I'll be right back. Okay, our flat clear has dried. And we're just going to take our little hub cover. It's got 3 little pins and there's 3 little holes inside the wheel. And we're going to get it lined up and pushed in. So, this is why you don't want a flat clear, a pre-painted model, is because the tolerances start stacking and, tolerances stack. They want this to fit in tight too. You don't want these just falling off when you're outside. There we go. You don't want these just falling off when you're outside in the dirt, and you don't want to glue them in because if you ever need to get to that screw, you got to be able to grab them, preferably with plastic-tipped pliers so you don't mar them. Grab them and pop them out so you could tighten that screw if needed. I don't know if that's an issue or not, but all I know is when you hide a screw behind something that you've glued in place, odds are you're going to need to get that thing off to get to that screw at some point in the near future. Are these like indexed in some way? I don't think they are. Let's see. Just spin her around a couple times for luck. And plastic hammer time. Hey! It's so fun building a model with hammers. There we go. Very nice. Okay. All the rolling stock is on now, except for the drive sprockets. And that's the end of stage 65. These do not get installed yet. We're going to wait. I'm just storing them here, basically, because Momoran, I also want to keep, if I tip it over, I want to minimize my chances of fluid spilling out of the smoke unit. And now 66. Ooh, look, we got some little electronicals. We have wires. See if we can't electrocute ourselves. I'm kidding. This thing runs on like 6 volts, 7.2, 8.4, whatever. 7.4 volts. It's a LiPo pack. probably 7.0. Oh, look at these. These look like the taillight circuit board panels. Seriously, who in the factory in China has to tie these wire bundles into a knot? Because I don't think that's something that can be done with a machine. Prove me wrong. Send me a YouTube video to the machine that does that. I think it has a name, and it is a human. God, that's got to be a bad job. Okay, here we go. Well, whatever, you know. People earn their livings in multiple ways. You know, you could be a teacher, you could be a doctor, you could be a lawyer, you could be a IT person, you know, you could be a lady of the night, you could be a gigolo, or you could be the person that ties the little wires into knots in a factory in Shenzhen, Dangzhou, or whatever it's called. There we go. Cool. Alrighty. We got those. We got another set of track links. We'll be building that on the live stream tonight on Hobby Time Modelers. We're going to be putting together tracks. We got some flanged screws, and we've got a couple little odd pieces of plastic. Focus. Thank you, camera. I don't know why this Sony, I think it's getting old. Just getting tired. It's like, I don't really feel like focusing that quickly anymore. When it was new, it was so fast. Either that or I found a way to screw up the autofocus on it with my things and happenings. Let's see. 66. Okay, we need the turret. We'll be back. Okay, so for 66, Ian, stop saying okay every single time you start recording again. We got to take this panel off here. Now this is where the little electric comes in handy. Those times when you got... Oh yeah, because this is not the most... It's only bolted in with this piece of plastic here. That's 5. Is there one here? There we go. So this comes off. There we go. And then we're going to put these little braces on here. Like that. I suppose. Something like that. Yep, that's it. And we're going to put the other one right here. And, let's see. This side might, yeah, this has a notch. Yeah, the one with the notch goes over here. And the one without the notch goes over here. Perfect. And then we're going to use 5 of these PP screws. And that'll be that. Okay. Just give me a sec. Okay, that's not flexy at all anymore. Good. Okay. Sometimes some of those parts might have been meant to go into an earlier part of the build. And it happens on occasion. Who knows? But, you know, or previous seller before Agora designed this kit, and like they just had some weird order of operation going on with where the parts go in the subscription, but no big deal. Not much work to do. These are all going in the plastic, and they've already been threaded once. So this little Fantic screwdriver is the perfect tool for the job. There we go. It's got like a little red light blinks on it when it's just running. I thought it was when it was like over torquing. Okay, there we go. And now, oh yeah, that is super. That's nice and stiff. Nice. Nothing better than a nice stiff bustle rack. Like a nice stiff rack is always good. Okay, and all those are done. And then we're going to build some track links, but we're going to do those off camera. And 66 is done. 67. Ooh, this looks like a cool issue. It is a very cool issue. Stage, whatever. Yep. We really enjoy getting bigger parts. We got a few. Ooh, we got some cool plastic bits with red lenses in them. More track links. Got a little thing. Sure, it goes on there somewhere. And we got the rear of the upper hull. Cool. Okay, this is way nicer than Henglong body parts. I think I have one. I know exactly what it looks like. If you put a lot of son of a, we'll be right back. So that was a critical phone call I had to take. It was about what I wanted from the Mexican restaurant. Why do I keep doing that on Fridays? These taillights are sick. They've got, oh, the LED's blowing it out. Oh, wait, there we go. Look. They've got a little grid pattern molded into the back of the lenses. Yeah, they all got it. I don't know if you can make that out very well. Stupid LEDs. In person, oh my God, yeah. That's a nice touch. Even Tamiya didn't do that with their taillight lenses. Molded in the grid. I don't think they did, at least. That's nice. I know they do it on their headlight lenses, that they mold in, the molded grid lines of like the sealed beam. But that's cool. So we're going to shove these in to these holes here. And there we go. Got one in there. We're going to put the other one in here. And we're going to get those screwed down. And we will be returning shortly. Okay, well, we got our two little round lenses screwed in there. And, oh, we've got a belly full of burrito. Now we're going to put in, okay, so there's two red and an orange, I see. Hold on, let me get these here. So it looks like, yeah, that one's got some orange something over it. It doesn't look a hell of a lot different, but you can see they're orange. Okay, so those inners are orange. So I'm assuming the orange markers go on the outside. But I just want to, do the orange markers go on the outside or the inside? I have no damn idea. But if we look at the light, then it's got a different colored amber LED on the outside. So I'm going to go with the ambers go on the outside of each of those. And then we're going to put on our LED panels like that. They seem to only, yeah, they'll only go on one way, it seems. So that's fine. I'm going to get those screwed on, and I will return shortly. Okay, so we've got to remove this screw and this screw on both sides so that we can peel apart the side panels so that we can screw in the rear grille and taillight panel. Yeah, it's my Discord making beeps and bongs. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but sorry about that. So we're going to take those screws. It's actually a good storage spot for them. Let's just, there we go. We'll just put them in there. Hit over here. There we go. And then we've got to like pop this out and then flex it out, and this just seems okay. Carefuling, much carefuling, the way they want you to do it. Let's just see how this works. Okay, that's in. I think we can make this work. Okay, I'm not going to risk it on camera though. If I break anything, I'll let you know when I come back. Well, I'll be damned if this isn't actually working. So you just flex that side skirt out a little bit, and you can get the two little, countersunk style screws in. And there we go. And we can get these screws back on. Yes, magnetize your screwdrivers. Oh, it makes life so much easier. Not bad. All right, that's all snapped in. Those are all in there. Then we got to put some little brackety doodads that are left over from a previous stage. I'm going to go find those and be right back. Well, there we go. Okay, all our little bracket, those 3 at the top and the 2 down at the bottom, they're just to hold the wire down in place. I may still put a little electrical tape on there, but our taillight panel is on and looking fabulous. Really nice. I'm very happy with those lights. They look really good. Yeah, I got my mirrors taped down. I can't be trusted. I just can't. And then are we putting on, where's that little extra, we have that little extra plastic part somewhere around here. Did I miss it? Sometimes I scroll through the instructions a bit rapid fire. And okay, no, 67-5 has the calendar icon on it in the instructions. Whoops, I don't know what the hell's going on there. I'm trying to page down, and there we go, and in Adobe Reader. Okay, so 67 is done right here. And I've knocked over my sticker pile once again. I gotta find a better place to put these. But either way. Okay, 67, we got 68 now. Let's see what's in here. Oh, those mud flaps really hold it up nicely. It's not as precariously resting on, why is this open? I must have pulled something out of it. Ooh, there we go. Finish off that rear grill panel. We got a bag of other little bits in here. Another bag of little bits in here. And our favorite thing in the world, track links. Yeah, they're not so bad. You get into a rhythm. That's why I like pile them up and I build them all at once in one sitting. It's you get into a groove. If you do a few every time, you could do that. It's fine. But I find just dedicating an entire bench time session to nothing but tracks. You know, you do a few, you're clumsy, you're futzing about, you do 6, okay. But if you do like 60 at once, by halfway through, you're just like robotically doing it. You've forgotten where you are, what's happening. It's almost peaceful. It is peaceful, actually. So, oh, hiccups. Oh, burrito. Oh, boy. It was a good burrito, though. It's from that same gas station I got the cheesesteak from. I wonder what video I talked about that in. I can't even remember. The poor dietary decisions just sort blending together after a while. Got some screws. We got these little bits. Okay, and we got this fella. Lots of fun little parts. It's probably just going to be a lot of screwing things onto this panel, mostly. So let's see. Let me scroll down here a little bit. Instructions. There's a lot of little bits in this stage. Okay, yeah. It's just we're going to screw on this main toe lug and this. Oh, this is upside down. That goes there. Okay, yeah. This all very straightforward. Oh, they painted on the little four-way. It's a convoy light, actually. There, on the real tank, there would be a itty bitty little light under this, and that would reflect on these little white strips here, and that would be what the tank behind it would follow in a lights out convoy. We know who that guy is in the comments. If I'm wrong, he'll call it out. But I already sent him stickers, so I don't know what else I could send. Just more stickers. You know, he's going to have them all over his house soon. Okay, we'll be right back. Well, I am just so disappointed in my Spotify playlist for tonight. It's just been one bad one after another. Because I was like, I'm not going to play the same music again and again and again. I should have. Either way, our panel here is done. This is screwed on, this is screwed on, this is screwed on, all from the back. These are actually just pressed into place. So I'm going to take those off, actually. Because we got to get 2 screws in here. And then on the back, we have these little these little smoke cubbies with little things there coming out, and that's what your smoker tubes are going to go into. And it's not the tightest fit in the world. I think we're going to throw a couple zip ties on those probably, but we got to bolt this fella onto the back of the lower chassis tub. Oh God, how good does that look? That looks amazing. I got to put the little red reflectors in there. I've forgotten to do that step. Our red reflectors are right here, and they've got a nice little honeycomb pattern smushed into them. They look lovely. If you wanted to get crazy, you could put a little silver paint behind there with a paint marker. But I'm going to go for subtlety. There we go. All right. In, good, nice. So yeah, these, they just slip on there, and unfortunately they slip off fairly easy. I mean, the tension of them being right here, if this is pushed onto here, and these are just right there, yeah, I mean, the tension alone should really should hold them on just fine. However, I think I'm going to want to, I'm just going to throw some zip ties on these. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So we're going to do that real quick, and oh hell, I have zip ties right here. Little mini zip ties, easy enough. Now I'm going to put this on like this, with this tube facing down, because that's the orientation it's going to want to be in. All right. Okay, so we're going to keep that aligned. Let's see if this works. Bingo! That's one down. Then we'll get one more on here. There we go. I wouldn't glue it on or anything. I would just zip tie it, because, you know, just in case for some reason at some point you want to remove it. Let's just trim down our little zip tie here. Well, that went flying. And that one just fell there miserably. There's no consistency with how far the zip ties fly. So now let's just get those out of the way and get this panel shoved into place. And we're going to bolt that on with the 2 AP screws. Oh no, I've knocked over my belt gizmo. There we go. That's better. Oh, I moved my Jewish space laser. I don't know if anyone's even noticed this thing. It's a joke. Some company made this thing because some nutty politician said those actual words at some point, and it was hilarious. I mean, the woman was legit batshit, but whatever. It was a very funny story. Apparently that's what started all the forest fires in California, was the Jewish space laser. Yeah, I know. We've heard it all now, haven't we? And then once you got that on there, then you can squeeze on these little fellas. Come on. There we go. I didn't have it lined up with the holes. And that one's squeezed on there. That one squeezed on there. No glue needed. Those are nice and tightly press fit on there. And we got some itty bitty little baby tiny screws here. And let's connect our smoker pipes. All right, good. Yeah, this one seems a little, maybe if we put that one there and we put this one here. Actually seems to fit a little better. I'm going to just do it that way. And I'll probably have to undo it at some point because who knows? Probably a bad idea. And our track links, and our track links, and our track links. 68 is complete. Did I miss something? I'm pretty sure I missed some screws. Let's see here. There's those. Ah, yeah, the NP. 4 MP screws on the back. Let me go get those on. We'll be right back. All right, those 4 little MP screws are in, and you can see they're a little, they're you know, silvery stainless steel color. These pins here, if you really want to be like anal retentive, I'm gonna weather this thing up a bit anyway, so you know, not much happening there, but I would probably, I'll just put a dab of NATO black paint over those, and that is that. This actually has improved the chassis rigidity a bit more. It's, oh yeah, that's a nice, decently stiff chassis, I gotta say. Impressive. Okay, so 68 is done, other than track links, which we've already gone over multiple times. 68 and 69, every immature teenager's favorite number. Here we go. What do we got? Ooh, tow cable. Sweet. Open her up without opening ourselves up. And we've got tow cables. Look at those. Real metal. Real twisted metal. Ooh. Okay. Wasn't expecting that necessarily, but cool. We got some little things in here. Oh, we got little gears and stuff. I don't know what the hell's going on here. I don't even know what these gears are. They do something. They go somewhere. Not sure what, why, how, or where. We got the other end of our tow cable eyes right here, which fit in to those, fit onto the end of the cables. But I'm not going to put them on yet because there's obviously a reason they're not attached. So let's see what that is. Okay. Oh, we need the upper hull again. Okay, we'll be back. All right, we're back with our upper chassis, and these little geary things, okay? You put the gear right here, and then this little fella goes on top of it right here. Okay, I got the other one in place right here. These are to do with the turret rotation gears, obviously, and then we need 4 of these TP screws. TP. They just keep coming up with the best letter combos for these screw brags. Oh boy. I'm waiting for a BS screw. That's what I'm waiting for. Let's see here. But all kidding aside, that's it. Just those 4 screws, and I'm not going to make you watch me while I ramble on because it'll just make the video way too long for anyone to want to watch it. And yeah, so we'll get the other 3 in, and we will return. All right, 69's done. Our little gears are in place. They spin very smoothly, so that's nice. Okay, so those are there. Don't store anything ever for periods of time with masking tape on paint or anything for that matter. It will eventually leave some kind of residue or cause some damage that you don't want. We're still left with this piece and our little tow hooks. So we're gonna put the tow hook things, the tow cables. I'm gonna put those back in the bag. Oh, can we get the genie back in this bottle here? Oh yeah, I think we can. I think we might be successful in getting these to go back in their home. Okay, tow cables are in that bag. This is in that bag. We've got tons of baggies to go through, tons of screws to file in our screw tray. And we got a lot of tracks to build. I'm going to get on with it tonight on the Hobby Time Modelers live stream. Tonight, Friday, September 8th, 2023. Sorry, I don't even think when I talk sometimes. It'll be on the Hobby Time Modelers live stream for September 8th, where I'm building tracks. It'll be a super boring thing to watch. But come, have fun. Just sit in the comments and chat away with us. Either way, like, subscribe, comment, email me, free stickers. Click the links to Agora below. They know when you click them. Please. Oh, God. Yeah, no, I'm begging. No, I'm kidding. I'm not. It's fine. But yeah, it's a really nice tank, I gotta say. Yeah, well, we've got more to build. We've got 4 more stages of this until we're completely finished. So 4 more build videos, and the 2A6 will be done, and we'll be driving her around. That should be fun. See you next time, everybody. Adios.